So although I've had a lot of my music placed in a lot of people's content, on YouTube, some on streaming platforms. Mama, I made it. My music on HBO Max, boy.
Karen Parsons.
That's my shit! But this is my first time getting music placed on television. The actual television where you gotta look at the time and, oh, there it is. Yeah. This is my first time getting my music placed on television. That being said, let me break some things down. Music sync is synchronization of audio and video content to enhance that video content. And sync license is an agreement between the music user, aka the NFL, Netflix, HBO, holla at me, and the owner of the copyright, composition/song, that grants permission to release that song in a video format. A sync brief is usually sent by a music supervisor, or maybe even a music video director or producer. The brief usually describes the project, the general mood, the style and tempo of the song that they need for the scene. So this could be for TV shows, it can be for movies, commercials, trailers. Briefs also usually have things like the territory, which is basically where the music's going to be played around the world. Exclusivity, like will they be the only ones to be able to use that song, or is it not exclusive at all? The term, which is how long they're going to use the music or how long they're going to license the music. And license fee, which is how much you're going to get paid to license the music. So how I got the sync license brief in my hands ultimately was because I was a student at 1500 Sound Academy in Inglewood, California. 1500 Sound Academy has a relationship with the NFL. I also heard and saw that there were some students and alumni that had submitted their music to the NFL. The music was a part of a documentary that was a part of the Super Bowl here in LA, and the documentary won an Emmy. So I was very interested in figuring out how I can be a part of this as well. So when I started school at 1500 Sound Academy, I would keep my eyes open for these sync briefs that they would send. And eventually we got a sync licensing brief from the NFL. The first one that I was able to get was something called Memphis Made. It was a documentary about Tony Pollard. He's on the Dallas Cowboys. Ultimately, this is my first time actually using my vocals. Like usually I'm making instrumentals, and I did submit an instrumental. They didn't like the instrumental. But they like my vocals because in the brief, they actually wanted something that was tailored to something like Memphis Made, juking, like a Southern style. I'm from the South, so I gave my little Southern, get it. They ultimately used my vocals and placed it on another producer's track. And we also collaborated with someone named Pete Picasso. So this was drum, the producer. This was Pete Picasso, the rapper. And it was me with the ad-libs in the background. So we created the song Memphis Made.
Come on, baby, let's go. Bang, push, touchdown. Memphis Made. I done had a day, I ran for 150, having my way, making the He's headed for the end.
And that was my first sync license placement. It was released in October 2023 on television. One thing I will mention, the license agreement that we got was something called a gratis. It's something Latin, which just means free. Essentially, we didn't get paid. We didn't get paid. And I want to be extremely transparent, let you guys know the NFL did not pay for us to get our music on television. But we do own the music. And one thing I do want to mention, if you're an independent artist and you get an opportunity to be on a platform that's bigger than you, do it. Why not? Because they're not gonna pay anybody, and if you decline it, someone else is gonna do it. It might as well be you. Because what you can do as an independent artist, and this is what I'm doing, is taking that documentary and putting it in a reel to showcase where my music has been, instead of being like, well, this is where my music could be. So the next opportunity that comes, that's a really big network or a big brand, I have proof, a resume, a portfolio from a notable huge brand, not only once, but 3 times. I could show that I've been able to make incredible music in a short period of time, because what happens as well, when we get these sync briefs, usually the music supervisors and the team, the directors, they've already done the entire documentary. They've done the scenes. They just need the music. The music's just missing, and then it airs on Sunday, like this Sunday. So we need the music. We're telling you on Monday that we need the music by Wednesday. So what can you do and what do you have? So you just kind of just make what you can do and just send it to them and let it go. And if they like it, they like it. Oh, it's on TV. You get to make a reel, you get to add it to your portfolio, you get to add to your resume, and you build value to your catalog. Because like I said, we still own this music, we can release the music, but let's talk about how I got 2 more songs placed on the NFL, plus the NFL sent me to Las Vegas for free, paid for everything. I've never been to Vegas and I had a good time. So at 1500 Sound Academy, they have these field trips, and one of the field trips was at the NFL Media Center in Inglewood, California. So it was freaking amazing. At first, I was like, I don't know, I don't like football. But then when I walked in, I was like, oh, this is nice. This is, How do you use that shit? How do you use this shit? Hold on. Oh, shit. Okay. Okay, it's not gonna eat me. Okay. All right. I was impressed. They put us in this theater, right? And it had the music supervisors. It was really nice. They were talking to us, telling us all the things behind the scenes, girl. Oh my gosh. Yes. And then towards the end, they announced that they're going to be doing another documentary, but it is about the civil rights movement, and that they were going to send the people that got selected for the documentary to Las Vegas. Don't you know, I looked at Pete, I said, Pete, we going to Las Vegas. Because you know I'm a manifester. I spoke it into existence that moment. And then, so for this particular brief, completely different directors, but it's still the NFL. They told us that they have not recorded the actual documentary yet, which was very exciting, very interesting. So we could have some flexibility on what we could actually send. So they were like, send us everything. But at first, this is the thing. The brief said one thing, but the director said a whole different thing. So I got a brief. The first thing it says Afrobeat. So I'm like, okay, well, I can do that. I can make an Afrobeat in like a happy Afrobeat. They sent us a reference track, and sometimes with briefs they'll send you a reference track. They'll send you a YouTube video. They'll be like, we really want this, but we can't hit them up. Can you try to make it happen for put in your version? So I made an Afrobeat really quickly, submitted it. But then at the last minute, they were like, the director wants to speak with everybody and talk about the vision of the documentary. So we had a chat like a day or two before the submissions were done or due. He tells us that he wants a 1970s Afrocentric soulful beat. Nothing Afrobeat about it. Nothing. So I said, you know what? It's okay. I asked him, is spoken word okay? Because Pete and I had been going back and forth. He had sent me some spoken word inspiration, because when I told him we're going to Vegas, he already knew it. Like, he had already had his rap and spoken word ready. And I asked the director, is spoken word cool? Because he was like, I really wish I could get Kendrick Lamar on this track, but I can't. I'm like, no, say less. What kind of Kendrick Lamar? You want nice Kendrick Lamar? You want spoken word? Like, so he told us that spoken word was cool. It's 1970s soulful, but he also said he wanted the song to kind of build up like you're on an airplane, like you're on the tarmac, and then you slowly go up, and then you finally get to a place, and then you go down. So it's like that's his way of explaining what he wanted. And you could see that in the actual track. The song comes in with some soulful vocals and some percussions. I used East-West background singers to do the vocals, which is super handy. I used the native instruments, the percussion VST, to make the percussions. I built that track up slowly with some strings, had a little 808 going on, and then it landed. You know what I'm saying? It's like a soulful thing. And then that was it. I sent the beat. I also sent him the stems of the instrumental of both beats, the Afro beat, the Afrocentric beat. I added Pete's vocals, the spoken word. So a few weeks passed. I've been told that I was selected, but also don't know if I should change anything in the music. But I'm going to Vegas. That's all I know. I'm excited. So we're in Vegas. This is where we stand. It smells like cigarettes and gambling. And the reason why we're in Vegas, it's a Super Bowl week. They're presenting a piece of the documentary during a conference or some panel, which was really nice of them to send us so we can actually see it and be a part of it.
Also, some special guests in the audience: Asante Williams, Sarah Devon from 1500 Sound Academy, two aspiring music professionals, producers, rappers, singers, writers, who provided the words and the soundtrack to this piece. thank you so much. I can't wait for you to see it as well.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
But during this trip, it was a one-day trip. It was a one-night trip. They was able to provide transportation, the hotel, food. Yes, thank you, the NFL. Thank you. But during the trip, the documentary played, my music wasn't played. So I was just still like in the air about what's going on. But I was like so grateful I was in Vegas. I really didn't care. I was just like, you know, and like the music we're giving to them is free. So I'm just like, I have no attachment. I'm just like, whatever, you know, I'm still gonna release it. You know, like, so there was some confusion, but they assured me that the documentaries was twice as long and that they were going to show the whole thing back in California a few weeks later, and I was going to be able to meet everybody. So that they did follow through with that a few weeks later. It's nice to meet you. My name is Sarah Debnam.
You told me that was your music?
Yes, the music that was playing at the end, the uplifting,
That's so awesome.
soulful music to kind of just bring us up.
You
Yeah.
did that?
Yeah, I did that.
did that.
I made the music.
Well, thank you.
Especially for this. The actual documentary aired on television. It's called Keep Pushin'.
Have you ever thought that we could be something more? Fighting for something so for sure.
These are the pioneers that sacrificed their blood, sweat, and tears.
So Stokely Carmichael explained in his 1968 Black Power speech that no man can give me my freedom. I'm born free.
Ever give up. Right? You got it, brother. You got it. All right?
Believe me when I tell you, you have made these two old people happy.
I was able to get both songs. The Afro beat was played at the very end, and then my soulful Afrocentric song was played before that, which is really nice. So it was played towards the end. It was giving uplifting because the documentary is very much giving heavy. We went through a lot in the last 50, 60 years. But the end is, that's what I provide. I provide the good, happy vibes. I'm grateful to be a part of both documentaries. If you want to watch the documentaries, they're going to be linked down below. And also, Pete's song was paired up with another producer song. He basically submitted 2 different songs, which is totally fine because he basically had different options. I had different options, having the instrumentals and then having his vocals. It's like, hey, here, director, you choose, you let us know, and then whatever you decide, whatever, you know. So Pete vocals, his spoken word was put on another producer's song. The producer's name is OD. So they were able to get a sync license placement with the NFL as well, which was really dope. We all got to go to the NFL in Inglewood, back in the big campus, in the actual room where they do their live daily show. And they showed us the documentary with some of the best NFL players in the game that have ever played, historians, doctors that did research on the documentary. We got directors, music supervisors, we got family, we got everyone there. It was really pretty dope, and I enjoyed myself. It was very nice to just be a part of history, honestly, and I have no attachment to any of the results of what happens, but hopefully, we'll see. Maybe one of these documentaries will be submitted for consideration for the Emmys, which would be, like I said, really dope thing to put down on the resume, y'all. I'm just saying. So if you as an independent artist come across a license opportunity and it may say something like, oh, we're not gonna pay you, think about it. Think about what opportunities that could come along the way. I mean, even you watching me and talking to you, that's a thing. Like, this is a new video that I was able to post. Views add up to coins, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a new conversation piece. You know, I got music somewhere else. I also released both of the songs, Keep Pushing and Free, which is the Afro beat. They're both out on streaming services and on Bandcamp. So if you guys want to download it, you want to purchase it and support your girl, they're there. But yeah. If you guys have any questions about sync license, I'm still learning. You know, I have my own opinions about sync licensing right now. I do feel like it is very interesting in a way that it's a little complicated, honestly. The reason why I say it's because sometimes you'll get briefs, like I said, on a Monday, and they need the song by Wednesday. So the advice I would give to music producers, music artists, songwriters, to have your catalog ready. What I would say, if you do get briefs or see briefs, it's okay that you can't submit it during that time, but take the brief and go ahead and make the music and have your music ready. So when the next brief comes, you're already ready. Like, I already got the song ready. Because a lot of these briefs, there's like 6 pillars, which means there's really like 6 categories, and they usually need the same type of stuff. They need celebratory stuff, they need sensual, sexy stuff, they need joyful, like that celebratory or happy stuff, they need like, you know, like crowd stuff, they need trendy stuff. That's my advice. Just be ready, be open to opportunities, and see what they can lead up for the future, and have no attachment, you guys. Like, a lot of people are so like, oh, this is my music. I kind of feel like it's not your music, it's not my music. I got it from the source. And ultimately, me personally, the reason why I don't have an attachment or have no issues allowing the NFL to use my music is because I know my purpose is to ultimately get my music out to the masses, the most people as possible. And the NFL has one of the biggest audiences in the freaking world. So that, in exchange, whatever happens later on it's going to be worth it. And, you know, as humans, we don't know what that is. And I don't know yet, but I'm gonna look back in this and be like, you did it. Because that's really ultimately why I'm here. So, you know, a lot of people do it for the money, but my job is to raise the vibration and to get the vibrations out to people and to as many as possible. So shout outs to the NFL, shout outs to 1500 Sound Academy. Thank you for the opportunity. Comment below if you guys have any questions, if you guys know any other sync opportunities. If you were a music supervisor, holla, my information's in the bio. Your girl is ready. Building my catalog every single day, and I hope that you are too. I love you guys. Peace.